drink a tea and do your skincare for 20 minutes, take a break from work and come back. Like, you're gonna feel so much better. Those 20 minutes aren't a loss. It's like a recharge so that you can actually show up the rest of your day.
Then that was the other problem, because then I got into bed feeling guilty that I didn't do any of these things that I do. And I was like, oh my God, just shut up, just stop.
But there's no energy. Stop. Welcome to the Limitless tribe, where two badass women build businesses, chase dreams, and keep it way too real. I'm Kat.
And I'm Mel. We're the founders of Powerhouse Admins and the Limitless tribe. And we're inviting you into the messy middle, the mindset shifts, and the CEO glow-ups we never see coming.
Now let's get into it. Hi ladies, we just wanted to do just a chill episode, kind of sharing a little bit about what we're going through this week and how we're dealing with it and how we're working on it. But it's been kind of a rough week, a little bit rough at work, super busy and a lot of moving parts at the same time, which sometimes can get a little overwhelming for me. And we had between us, I think 3 people that passed away within a week for different reasons, and it's just been a really emotional and heavy week.
Yes.
So we had another episode planned today, which we'll still do, but we wanted to kind of just take a moment to almost even pause and not have a goal or not have a requirement.
Honor our feelings for how we're feeling, and not make it we have to have this goal to make this podcast work and do this specific thing.
Yeah. And also I think we wanted to share also that when you see a podcast or a show or people that talk, they obviously post everything when they're on and when things are good, or at least they show that everything is good. And I think we try to teach a lot of things that we're learning in the podcast, but we wanted to share that sometimes things are not that great, it's a hard day or a hard week.
Yeah, it's real life, and we all go through things. And like Cathy said, on Instagram, a lot of times you just see the good times, right? Everyone's the business is going well and life is great and they're on vacation, or things are just amazing all the time. But that's not real life. We all go through stuff in the background, but no one just talks about it.
This girl that I really like, she has her own podcast. She's called Cathy and Mel. I love that she says that we're human having a human experience.
Yes.
Because when you're really into self-development and bettering yourself and growing, you feel like you always have to be good. Yeah. You always have to be positive and you always have to feel happy. So then when you're not at that base level, then you feel guilty or bad, or you're failing or you're not doing it right. She has a really, really insanely successful business, and she's really good at what she teaches, and she has a great life and lots of money. And still she's some days I'm sad. It's not just things that happen, but we're women and we have our periods, and that fluctuates our hormones along with all the other stuff that's going on. So to hear someone like that, it just makes it makes you feel more human.
Yeah. You can align more with something like that than with someone that just shows perfection and things going great. I think that a lot of the people that I follow on Instagram or wherever, I rather see them real life, right? Talking about real life stuff and showing their real life, not just the perfect posts and the perfect pictures and the perfect content. But when they show up, I have someone that I follow that for workouts, and she posts the frownies on her face doing workouts with a bonnet on, and she just shows up because that's her in her natural world, in every day. And I feel that's more realistic. Yeah. Because if I'm gonna, if you wait to kind of do everything with perfection,
then you don't do it.
You never even do it, So I would rather see something like that. So that's why I feel this conversation is something that's important, because this is what we're really going through right now, right? We're having it's been a rough week. I think for you it's been a rough 2 weeks, because it started I think last week.
Yeah, at the end of last week.
Yeah. And it's just, this is life. This is what happens. And, sometimes if you're lucky and you own a business, or you don't have so many responsibilities where you have to take care of little kids and stuff like that, you can give yourself the time to kind of just go through the emotions and work through them and take a step back and say, I don't need to show up right now. I can just pause.
Yeah. Even if you do have the kids, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have limited time, but find the time.
Exactly.
After you put them to sleep, you get in the tub, if that's what you like. Or you read, your book of whatever you're into, or just
or you just sit with your thoughts and just meditate or something, anything that you need just to disconnect and heal a little piece of yourself for that moment, so that you can continue moving forward the next day or the day after that, because it is hard.
Yeah, I am, like, since the end of last week to now, I am in the week before my period. So I actually text the girl chat. I'm like, it's a week before. The gloom has officially begun. And some weeks I don't feel it, but it's like I don't know, it's like a wave. You feel like, oh gosh. And then everything just feels sad. It's not that anything particular is happening. Life is still good. There really isn't major problems. It's just like a hormone thing. But then along in that week, then losing people that were not expected to be lost is just a lot. And I'm trying, I know you guys know, I'm trying to like work on my nervous system. I don't know if it's worse or if I'm just more in tune and aware of it. I'm not sure. But so then I have the guilt, because then when I feel that way, then I feel like I can't show up the way I want to. So then now I feel guilty, like with migraines. If you guys have migraines, there's like I call it migraine guilt, because then you feel guilty that you didn't show up to something you were supposed to, or you had to cancel plans, or like you ruined the day for your spouse because he doesn't care of mine, but I'm like, I ruined the day because I just can only sit in this bed.
I can't even imagine having a migraine. I don't have them, but I feel Cathy's pain when she's not feeling well, and I'm like, I've talked to her, and when I see you and I just see your face and like how it looks like it hurts. It looks like you're in physical pain, and like your eyes are just sad. And I'm like, I'm blessed that I don't go through that, but then I feel so like guilt. I feel so bad for you, honestly. I'm like,
bad.
I'm like, oh my God, she just needs to rest and like sleep. But then I also know that you want to be there for the team, and you want to be there for the company, and you have that pressure. And I think that makes it worse, because then like you're intensifying, I feel like, the migraine, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard to allow yourself to disconnect and to give yourself that time and that grace, but it is needed.
Yeah, that happens to me with the migraine. So then I'm already, when you have a migraine, like it feels, I always tell people it feels like they're squeezing my brain with like a metal thing. Like, so then with the stress of like all the things I can't do, then it hurts even more. Yeah. And then like anxiety, I don't know. I feel like it's bad, but I don't know why, because I don't have a specific like. It just doesn't feel like I have a major trigger. I think that, like we've talked about in other episodes, my inner child or my body is living a different life than I am living. Like it thinks we're bracing for like war, like 24/7. I don't know. But yesterday, I don't know why everything felt like a lot. And at some point, I needed to just pause. Like I just needed to stop and just manage that for a moment. And I felt like tingly, like on the inside, like when you can feel. I don't know if you've ever had that feeling.
No,
like COVID. I think the shot.
Yes,
but like everywhere. So it's like weird, uncomfortable feeling, and I just felt like I couldn't do anything. And then I've been tracking my heart rate variability on the watch. So I'm like, okay, once I was feeling a little bit better, I'm like, let me look at it and see what it is. It's 40, which is not a great number, but it's like the highest I've ever been.
And you're like, well, at least it looks like I can manage this.
So I'm like, am I doing a great job? Because I think I'm failing right now, but maybe I'm doing good by, like dealing with it and like just trying to like breathe and like minimize the moment. Sometimes when we push through, it like makes it worse, and you might be pushing through and showing up to things, but you're not showing up the way you want to show up. Maybe you snap at people, maybe you're angry, maybe you say things you didn't want to say. So it's better to really notice when you're feeling that way and when you need a moment, and you just need to like honor that stuff, like you were saying.
I feel like yesterday I don't get the tingling. I did feel anxious yesterday, but it was more like because of time. Like I just felt like I wasn't like my time. Things ran longer, and then I couldn't squeeze things in, and I didn't know where I was going to fit them, and that started to get me like.
And we hadn't eaten.
But for me, I couldn't breathe. Like it felt like I couldn't breathe, and I was like tense, and I was like I couldn't catch my breath quick enough. And I was trying to figure things out, which was then making me like, I felt like I was reacting. Like if anyone was to ask me a question at that moment, I feel like I would have barked at them. Like it would have been and I was trying to not do that. So then like my daughter was calling me at the same time, and I was like I can't do this, right? And I don't want to, be that like yeller anymore. That's not my personality. I used to yell a lot, and I've like eliminated that from my life. So like I just answered the phone and I was like, Victoria, I can't talk to you right now. I have to let you go. I'm very busy. And she's like, oh, okay, I'll call you back. And I was like, okay. And I hung up, and I was trying to be like, and then we got bad news, and then I was like, okay, now I'm just falling apart. Yeah. it was just like everything just felt too much.
Yes,
at that moment.
That's exact description.
Right?
It was just such a busy day, and like normally we have calls, but there was like back to back calls, because I tried to leave a little window so we can like go to the bathroom and stuff, but there was no windows.
No.
And then we hadn't had lunch. It was like 2 something by the time I finally grabbed something, and you had a call. I was I was waiting for someone to hop on, so I had a little thing that I had in the kitchen. And I was supposed to go to an appointment. So I'm trying to like have this call, eat, get ready. I felt like, I don't know if you felt like, it felt like I was racing. Like
I couldn't catch my breath because it was like I was racing against time.
Yeah.
And I couldn't make it. Like, I felt like I was like losing the battle at that moment.
And then later in the day, after like it was the day was pretty much done, and I'm laying in bed and my husband is next to me, and then Mel sends me voice notes with like terrible news.
I know, and then I felt so bad afterwards, because then she messages me and she's like, this is too much, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to like make it worse for you. It was already a lot. So it was not great timing, I guess, on my part to tell you that news. Probably I could have waited. I don't know, but it was like it was happening at the moment. So then I shared it, and I was like, oh, this is just.
I feel it now again. Like
it was a lot, and then even like by the time, because then I had dinner or made dinner and everything last night, and I just wanted to lay down. I could not get in my bed fast enough. Like I was like, I just want to finish everything. Like I cleaned and took the dogs out, and I had told my daughter, can you feed them? And I was like, I just want to get in bed. Like I want to shower just real quick and just stop and just get in the bed and not think for a minute, because I just can't. I can't life. I was just like, I can't life at the moment. And that was like my reaction. And when I finally got in that bed, I was just like, I just want to turn everything off. I don't want to think.
Yes. So yesterday I was thinking of like, I've heard people say like, oh, I accidentally took a job where I have to talk to a lot of people and I don't like people. So I was thinking, it's not exactly like that I don't like people, but I don't enjoy being on calls all day.
Yeah.
They're super useful, and we everybody's remote, so we use it a lot in our business. But yesterday I was thinking like maybe we need a limit.
I agree.
Of how many calls?
I agree with this. So I've been thinking about this because Tuesdays are really, I have a lot of calls. I can't speak. I have a lot of calls on Tuesdays, and I was thinking of how I can kind of like structure that between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday maybe, or spread that across a little bit, because it does, and they're useful, and the calls are good, and I like connecting with my team, and I like speaking to them and kind of getting to see where they're at and what they're doing and all those things. But at the same time, it can be draining.
Yeah, if it's too many.
If it's too many, it can be draining. And then when you add other, not just the team, now we have other calls that we have to add in between. By the end of the day, I feel like I need a whole reach, like just plug me in, like we do the car, and let me just recharge, because I just can't, like, I can't, I don't even want to talk to anybody.
Yeah, you're all punked out. Yeah. So I'm thinking, obviously, honor your feelings, right?
Yes.
And don't, if it's not absolutely necessary for you to do it, don't push through, because you're just not really managing it. You're ignoring it, and it's still in there, and it's going to come out in how you show up. Yes. So take the moment to pause and really honor and manage the feeling. And then when you're feeling better, think, what triggered this, and is it in my control to alleviate it a little bit?
Yeah, because sometimes you don't even know why you're feeling these ways. Like some days I feel anxious and I'm not even sure why.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know what's going on, and I'm trying to figure that out. And I'm like, why do I feel this? Like, why do I feel like I'm out of breath if I just ran a marathon and I haven't even moved?
Sitting at my desk.
Yeah, I haven't moved. I don't understand, and it's just like this overwhelming feeling, and you're not really sure. So I agree. Like, if you have that happen, and then you get, you work yourself through it and you get through it, kind of try to figure out where that's coming from.
Yes. And I love what you said about the charge, because I do, and I was going to ask you if you felt that way, but you said it exactly. So like, I feel like we're like a battery, right? And a rechargeable battery. And sometimes you're just depleted from things that happen, or things that are required, or one-offs, or whatever reason, right? You're sick, you're going to have less battery, right? So you're depleted. You need to do things that recharge your battery.
Yeah.
And you need to know, ideally in advance. We've talked about it in other episodes, like having a list. I need to rebuild one because I lost mine.
I do too. I need to rebuild one too.
When you're feeling your best, so like my week before the period is not it. That high week where I'm feeling like I can do anything.
Life is amazing.
Yes. I'm going to write down all the things that bring me joy and that make me happy. The simpler, the better. I would not do a vacation or something major that you can't do like immediately. It has to be like your favorite drink, like holding a warm mug, like yoga, a walk, something with your spouse, like anything that brings you joy that is easily doable any day. Because when your battery is drained, it's like resources are limited.
Yeah.
Like you can't even, you're just barely functioning. You can't really think about things that bring you joy, because that's not a survival thing. You're just trying to get through the day. Mm-hmm. So if you have your list, you can easily just take a moment and like stack a few if you can. Like if you love doing your skincare, drink a tea and do your skincare for 20 minutes, take a break from work and come back. Like you're going to feel so much better. Those 20 minutes aren't a loss. It's like a recharge so that you can actually show up the rest of your day.
That's so true. Like, yes, last night when I was, because I do, you mentioned skincare, I do like to do my skincare, and then I put my red mask on, and then I do my lymphatic massage when I look like a crazy person, but it's a whole thing, right? And last night there was no energy to do any of it. It was like, I couldn't even think about it. I was like, and then I kind of felt, then that was the other problem, because then I got into bed feeling guilty that I didn't do any of these things that I do. And I was like, oh my God, just shut up, just stop.
But there's no energy.
Yeah. But I had no energy to do any of it. It was just, it was impossible.
And that's why I say really simple things.
Yeah, it has to be simple.
Even skincare, like, I would say skincare like a
mask. Exactly, like those little under eye things or something like that, because if it's too much, you're gonna get overwhelmed just thinking about all the things that you have to do. So just like put that on, lay in bed, relax, like something like that. It was nice.
It has to be stuff that doesn't require much of your battery because you don't have it. And as you add to it, then like maybe I like to do like almost like percentages. So like if you're almost at 0, you're not doing a whole skincare routine, but maybe a mask and like an energy drink or whatever you'd like, right? Feels really good. And then you feel a little bit better, and then you can do something else. And by the time you get to nighttime, your battery is much better, and you can do your routine, which is going to add to your battery, but you have to be at a certain level to even get to do that.
Yeah. Because if you got nothing, you got nothing.
Yes.
You're working from nowhere.
We're not robots. Like, you missed your skincare routine one day to like honor that you feel really tired and drained and need to replenish. That's the right thing to do.
Exactly. You have to honor your body and your mind and how you're feeling. That's like the most important thing. And get through that hard time and then kind of work from there and figure it out. If you know what it was, then you can work on, those feelings. If you're not sure what it was, then you can work backwards to kind of figure out what was, what you were thinking at that moment, what you were going through maybe. I know, like what you talk about periods, when I've had my period, I still have it, but when I've had it, and there was a time that I was like PMSing, and I don't remember what happened, but there was some bad news that I was just irritated. I was very irritated. And even my daughter, who was in the kitchen, very far away from me, but just her eating was irritating me. Like anything. And I was like, can you just stop eating? And she's like, I'm eating dinner. I'm sorry.
Somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not you. It is me. And I was like, I fully acknowledge that you're not the problem. I am the problem at this moment, but I need you to stop. I just need you to go, like, take it somewhere. I don't know, go to your room and do something else because I am dying. I was like, this is not working for me. And I felt so guilty. But I just couldn't. I mean, anything. It's just like these little things that you just hear and you're like, it's everything is just too much at that moment, But You have to honor your feelings and work through them.
I'm not a super like snappy person, I don't think. And I don't get usually like angry unless I'm hangry. If I'm hangry, whoever is in my vicinity, like you only need to get me to food. Don't ask me, talk to me. Like if it's a non-food related question, you are wasting my time. So we need to get some food. But I am more like irritated.
Yeah.
So, and normally it's internal, but when like yesterday, like a few things happened and a few people annoyed me and I'm already a little annoyed, so then the annoyance is bigger and I'm like, but with the food thing, my husband sometimes, I don't know, like he chews with his mouth closed, like it's not open, but you would think that it was open. And I have to turn on the TV
to drown it out.
I can't. Sometimes he just drinks water and I'm like,
I'm telling you,
it's like,
yeah, you can hear the gulp. Like, I've annoyed myself with that though, which is okay, I'm sorry, just to go off on this. I drank water one morning and I was like, what is that? To myself, because I could hear myself swallowing.
Was
and I was
it a
like,
random day or was it before your period?
I think it was before my period. It was right before my period. And I was like, oh, what is that? Who drinks like that? And I got so mad at myself. And Paul from the other room was like, what are you doing? So irritated.
Oh my God. I've also been thinking about...
We needed this little laugh too, by the way. That's why this is good.
And hopefully you enjoy us just ranting and like sharing. But I was thinking too, since it's like that time of the month, like I've been thinking how like we go through so many, like we don't have a normal month.
No.
Like they just have the same month every month and ours is just like...
Yep.
Like it's a lot to manage, guys. But I wanted to let you know that it's normal. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not failing. There are not other people that are not also going through the same thing. Everybody has the same thing. Some may notice, some may not. Some may take it out on others. But everybody has good and bad days. And it's okay to do that.
Yep, that's life, and we're all just humans having a human experience and getting through it. You're free to honor your feelings and your emotions, and hopefully you let your partners do the same and honor theirs so that you can all, get through things and live happily and speak about it more intentionally so that you guys can get through it together if you're in a partnership.
Think of yourself like a battery or like a plant that you need to feed and water and fertilize and give love to and take care of, and it's going to have different moments that you need to do different things. So we'd love to hear what brings you joy. Maybe it gives other people ideas, especially if you can't think of any. When people start mentioning little things, you're like, oh yeah, and then it'll remind you of your own. So if you have things that bring you joy when you're down, tired, exhausted, stressed, I'd recommend dropping it in the comments because you don't know who you're helping.
Yes.
And if you have anybody that goes through these moments or is struggling and thinks that they're their only one, you can share our episode. You're not the only one. Oh, one more thing. I remember what I was going to say. I wanted to say that, I think it was Tom Hanks that said it, that nothing is permanent.
That is very true.
If life is great, it's not permanent. Hopefully it's not permanent because it gets even better. But even when things are bad, that's like the good news. Even when you're stressed or when you have a stressed day, like everything is just temporary. A week from now, you won't remember that day.
I love that you just said that too, because I feel like I used to think, before, long time ago, I used to think that things were always like, this is how it's going to be forever. Like when I was in a bad situation, oh, this is just how, like I just didn't see light at the end of the tunnel. I didn't see that things could ever get better. I just saw what I was in, and I felt like that's how my life was just always going to be. And I feel like I stuck myself there longer because I felt that way, because I couldn't see that light. I couldn't
an alternative.
I couldn't see an alternative. So I feel like I was stuck there longer than I even could have been. Like I could have gotten myself out of it maybe quicker, but because I didn't see that light, because I couldn't think clearer, like, oh, maybe if I did this, or maybe if I changed something, my life could get better. I just felt stuck in that same scenario all the time. And I always try to tell, like, even my brother or anything, like when anyone's going through a hard time, like, this is just temporary. Like, you're gonna get, things always get better, right? It's you're never in the same position forever. Something could get worse, but
then it'll change again.
It'll change again. Exactly. You're just never stuck in that forever. So I love that you said that, because it is so true. Sometimes we just feel like this is it. this is it. It's not going to get any better, and you kind of feel stuck in that same position or same scenario. But it gets better, and things change, and it's always changing.
Yeah.
And you never know, you don't know what comes next, and it could be something spectacular. So just think about that.
Yeah. I think we're not at that time where we've had the most difficult times of our lives. We've passed that, thankfully. Yes. But being there, yeah, you don't know. But even when you don't have examples, or you can't imagine it yet, I think you have to know, or let me tell you that any life you really want is available to you.
Yes.
It's going to take, the bigger the life, it's going to maybe take longer to build, or more effort, or different decisions, but it's available, and you get to change it,
Yeah.
So it does get better. And even in times, like you said, there were times in my 30s that were my best because they were better than my 20s, but now is better than that.
Yeah.
So enjoy the moment, because you don't know what's next. And if it's difficult, just push through it. Not ignore it, but get through the storm, because there's going to be a better place on the other end.
And I also wanted to mention that we were talking about breaking up the monotony. If you feel like you just need a moment, or you just need, it's just been a heavy week, try to break it up, do something different. We were talking about just going to get even a 30-minute massage. It could be anything, or going to the mall and just doing window shopping, or something that just takes you out of your routine. Yeah. That's not in your day-to-day, to break it up and do something a little different if you have that opportunity, even if it's after work and they're okay, well, I have, a 9 to 5 and I have to be at work. Well, what can you do after that to kind of break up the routine? Go for a walk, or go to the mall, or ask a girlfriend to go have a drink with you, or go have, dinner with you, anything, but just break up that routine to kind of get yourself out of that stuck mode.
Yeah.
I think that would be a big help. Yes. That's what we're planning to.
Yeah, I feel like I've been in the work grind only, and I've done little things, but I haven't really done enough. It's almost been all work, and the regular daily routine of food and getting ready and prepping the day and this and that, and I don't want my life to just be that, and it feels like it's been like that for a long time. So I need a break.
Yeah, you do.
So we're gonna do something fun on maybe a weekday, and then I need to do a little weekend somewhere, just to get out of a change of scenery, Yes. to break up the monotony of doing the same thing every day. But hopefully this was helpful, and you had some laughs at our shares.
So yes, if you found this to be helpful, please share it with someone else that might be going through something, or maybe having a hard time, or even if they're not, it could be useful for if they ever do have some, a hard time in their life, that they can kind of go back to and remind themselves of what they can do to kind of get themselves out of it.
Our next episode is about confidence, and some of the myths around confidence, and why a lot of us think we aren't confident, but maybe you are. So listen in for that next video.
And until next time, your life, your rules, stay limitless.